And off the top here at 5 o'clock, half a dozen U.S. Capitol Police officers recovering tonight after being injured in a massive demonstration by Palestinian activists outside the Democratic Party headquarters in D.C. last night. You saw that unfold live here on Fox 5. But with the violent clashes by protesters against police escalating, there's a bigger concern terrorists could exploit the out-of-control scene to launch attacks in the region. Fox 5's Tom Fitzgerald is live at the DNC in Southwest. He's hearing from a top intel official on this tonight. Hey, Fitz.
Good evening, Jim. You know, the goal here, of course, is to make these First Amendment demonstrations safe. But what happened here last night was not safe. Police officers were beaten in an out-of-control scene, exactly the type of scene that security experts say they are increasingly concerned that terrorists or other individuals may use as cover to launch attacks either against the protesters themselves or the general public at large. 6 officers were hurt last night when 200 pro-Palestinian demonstrators came here to the doors of the Democratic National Committee in Southwest. Now, Jeff James, a retired U.S. Secret Service agent, says law enforcement experts have been increasingly concerned about the rise of violence in these protests and says that there is an overriding concern that some individuals could try to infiltrate these protest groups. And he says there was no way of U.S. officials knowing for sure whether or not some terrorists have already infiltrated the U.S. through the U.S. southern border.
These transnational terrorist groups aren't above paying a cartel to sneak sleeper cells across the border for them, and the cartels aren't above taking their money. So it could be a bad mix.
Now, just weeks ago, pro-Palestinian protesters actually occupied the House Cannon Rotunda, just blocks away from where we are right now. Consider that hundreds of thousands of pro-Israeli demonstrators took to the National Mall this past week in an event that even the D.C. police chief praised as peaceful. U.S. Senator Mark Warner of Virginia, who is the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, tells Fox 5 tonight he is growing increasingly concerned about so-called homegrown individuals, lone wolves, that could use these events to spread violence.
The focus in terms of threats to the homeland would come from a homegrown terrorist or someone that may be inspired by the activities or sympathy for Hamas.
And with the holiday season travel almost upon us, the heads of the Homeland Security Department and the FBI just yesterday urged Congress to reauthorize the Federal Intelligence Surveillance Act, known as FISA. The federal government has been using that for nearly 2 decades to hold off attacks like we saw back on September 11th, 2001. We're live in Southwest tonight. Send it back into you.